Yeah, we didn't have a way to shoot fireworks off in the building, and it's the middle of the day here where we're doing this, so we're going to try this with some sparklers. Basically, I've got the camera set up here. I'm at ISO 100, f16, and I'm bulb exposure, and Celeste is going to come in here, and yeah, let's light both of them up here and banter as we wait for these things. It must be a safety feature because it seems to take forever for these to light up. I don't know, do you see the... we got one of them going here, and these are really bright, but I'm just kind of pressing the button for a second. I'm doing really short exposures here. And you see the insides are burning out. There's not much we can do with that here with the fireworks. So I'm all the way down to f16. Let's see if we can go down 22 here. And I'm even going to go to 32 on these. And it dies out. So let's light the other one. But hopefully you can see on the screen that I'm varying the shutter speed, and most of that is just affecting the length of the sparks coming out. The center hot spot just stays there. Yeah, let's do another one. This one's kind of at an angle. I've pre-focused, and I can focus right now on the match. And we're ready to go here if that one lights up. See, sparklers I think are brighter than fireworks. I mean, you can see I'm already down to f32 on these. Maybe we can add another one in there handheld and just see if we can light it off for the one that's going. So I'm just using the cable release to do a shot here and there. Here, let's well, you want to hold them, or you just want to, yeah, you can hold them, or you can put them on the stands. On the stands is better because we'll know where they are. Thanks to Celeste for coming in and helping with this. Knows how to use those C-stands. Yeah, confirm focus again. I have my image stabilization off, as someone mentioned. And yeah, you can move it around in there. Yeah. And I'm gonna reframe it here. Here, let's try zooming as while it's in there and see what happens on that next one. There's some with the zoom going on. So there's some examples of, how it's, like I said, it's pretty easy with getting the exposure set. We can go look at some of these on the computer then and just look at what post-processing might do to some of them. Again, we need to apologize that the sparklers are really bright. Say we're stopped all the way down to 32, and they're burning out the centers. But with the fireworks, you're going to be at around 11 or 16. They're not quite as bright. So shall we switch back at the computer and? Yeah.
I'm not sure if we can do this,
okay.
But I have a request from the internet about, can you show any of the painting with light?
Yeah,
with the
yeah, why not?
Sparkler?
Okay. Who wants to be the painter? So we can just pull those out. And
do the same design over and over?
Sure. Just write your name or something. Let me see how. I'm going to go wide on this. I'm going to back up a little more. I have a longer lens on here. And let's get you in focus.
Sorry.
It's okay. Let me get in confirm focus. That's
got the peanut gallery up here.
Okay, I'm set.
All right.
So ready to start, yeah, just, there's one, I don't know, let's see what pops up on the screen there. Gonna give you a longer exposure. Yeah, you got a great heart going on there. Now do some other squiggles or write a name or something.
Our very own producer, folks, Celeste.
Yeah, that's okay. There we go. Did we get a Creative Live? Let's see what happens up there. We got a fish going. Yeah. As the sparkler winds down, I'm going to open up a little bit. Watch out for sparks. Okay. So, yeah, let's go over and take a look at some of those. Thank you, Celeste.
Well, that was fun.
Thank you,
John.
Celeste.
And it's simple. You know, I just want to get that across. We're just having fun here. Anyone can do this.
So we're just going to shift around the cameras as John gets back over to the computer.
We didn't talk about
photos in Lightroom.
This Lightroom thing, but let's try it out.
Ooh, it's a little smoky in here.
Luckily, our fire sprinklers are not that sensitive, right?
So you can see up here we're 3 seconds at f/25 at 85 millimeters ISO 100. So we see we don't need the high ISO. If we can zoom in here, really there's not a lot of noise there to deal with. Let's move around in there. So what can we do with, let's go into the develop module here. See what happens when we change the white balance. I mean, we can go really blue. This is the benefit of shooting these in RAW. You know, we can get a variety of colors out of this, and maybe we can even bring Celeste out a little bit in the background there. But I kind of like it down here in the purple range. If we bring up the blacks, it'll knock the background out a little more. We can also bring up the exposure to brighten up and add a little clarity to it. We can also possibly play with the vibrance and saturation if you really wanted to go over the top. Anyway, that's what it looks like in the light painting with sparklers. Let's look at a couple other images here. Let's see what we got. This is one of the ones where I zoomed during the exposure, and you can see some of the streaking going on in here. And this one here had a combination of a solid sparkler and Celeste moving one around and me zooming the lens. So, you know, play. Go out and have fun with this. Let's see what else we got in here. There I was trying to move the camera during the exposure and I moved it too far. You know, so just make believe these are fireworks up in the sky.
Well, it kind of looks like they could be, John.
Yeah, yeah. And again, let's go into the develop module here and see what we can do with. You know, I can bring it down a bit, recover slider, bring some things back. Fill light's going to change the overall here, and we can bring up the blacks to really darken the background, but that'll start killing off some of the sparks. Or we can, again, play with the white balance. You know, we can make the fireworks blue or orange. You know, it's all about just having fun with the system.
Prudent
Yeah.
would like to know if you shot all the sparklers at 3 seconds or just the light painting.
I didn't have a shutter speed set. I just had my hand on the button on bulb, and I kind of just went with my gut reaction to what was going on. Let's see, I think this will say up here, this one says 1 second, that one was 1 second, 1 second, 1. Here, let's bring up the info again. 3 seconds for the heart. 3 seconds, that one was 1 second. So it was really, you know, I was just concerned with the length of the streaks and trying different things. Most fireworks shows go from 20 to 30 minutes, so it gives you a lot of time to experiment with these things. I mean, every display isn't going to give you a perfect shot, and be just, you know that going in and play. So we've got about 2 minutes left or so. Do we have a couple of more questions, or? Yeah. Okay.
We do have a couple more questions that we can ask. Not necessarily pertaining just to this.
That's okay.
Do you want to talk about color space at all?
In what way?
I guess that means no.
I don't know. Color space, that's about a 4-hour discussion.
Right.
You know, we're asking about RGB, sRGB, Adobe RGB, Pro Photo, and the like. I tend to mostly work in Adobe RGB. I don't have a wide gamut monitor for show in Pro Photo. And I convert a lot of stuff to sRGB because a lot of my stuff goes out on the web. And I'm not locked into any particular way there. There's many religious folks about it, and I let them fight it out.
A question from Churros for you. What about mirror lockup?
I've never used it with fireworks. I don't know that it would really help all that much. Mirror lockup tends to work just on those fringe things, like around a 15th to a 50th of a second. There's some vibration in there. On these longer, we're going 2 to 4 seconds. I think any mirror slap vibration kind of evens itself out right in the beginning of the exposure, and it doesn't really affect the duration of the middle. So I really think mirror lockup comes more when you're in the quarter second, 15th of a second, 30th of a second area, where, you know, that's going to be the mirror vibration and slap is going to be a solid chunk of the time that the shutter's open. When you go to really long exposures, I don't think it matters as much, if at all.
Sam Cox would like to know if you ever merge multiple photos or multiple images in post.
I've never tried it. I mean, I imagine we can bring these into Photoshop and, you know, combine them on top of each other and use some blending modes. I would try, you know, multiply or soft light or things like that. But go for it. You know, it's cheap to do. You know, you have the images. Try it.
All right, John. Well, I think this has been a really fun
cool.
class.
Thanks.
Very, very cool.
Great.
Really, really
well,
cool.
you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being out there. You know, it's the first one, so maybe we'll do some more of these.
We'd love to have you back. And
we just
the internet
need to clear
says
the smoke
thank you.
first.
The internet says thank you, John.
You're very welcome. Thank you all for being here.